Today I played one of the sickest hands of my life. I put my entire stack at risk with pocket tens, got snapped off by the nuts, and saw one of the craziest runouts ever at the poker table.
That's nasty. That is gross. I apologize to everyone here at Morongo for that one. That is gross.
After a massive $3,900 win in Palm Springs yesterday, the Wolfmas prize pool is sitting at over $9,500, all of which goes to you on day 12. Today, we're at Morongo Casino to try and cross that 5-figure mark for the first time. The goal is simple: break $10,000 for the giveaway. Let's get into the action. In the first hand, I go for the $10 straddle and we pick up a few customers. I look down at Jack 4 offsuit and the flop comes a tantalizing Ace Jack Jack with 2 hearts, and I decide to call a $10 bet. The turn comes as 6 of clubs and the opponent continues to bet for $20. There's a call to my right, and now I raise it up to Cinco de Mayo, $55 to go.
Cinco de Mayo.
To which we lose the original bettor and pick up the second caller. We're off to the river, which now has $192 in the pot, and it comes the 5 of clubs. He checks to me, I fire out for $75, and he tosses in the call. I turn over the trips, and he shows that he had Ace Queen offsuit, so he had 2 pair, aces and jacks with a queen, but we're taking down a nearly $350 pot in the very first hand and continuing to steamroll tables here in California on the way to our goal of $10,000. And we pick up Ace King of Diamonds now from the cutoff, a super premium, and raise it up to $30 over a bunch of $5 limpers. We're gonna pick up a few callers here, go multi-way to a Jack 8 deuce flop, to which I check behind, picking up the King of Hearts on the turn. An opponent fires out into me for $55, and of course we have to put in the call with Ace King of Diamonds, and we're the only one to do so. So heads up in position to a river, which connects the board a little bit further with the 9 of diamonds. He continues for $155, and you might be thinking this is a pretty easy call, but Queen 10 got there, King Jack, King 9, and Jack 9 all have me beat. So after a little bit of thought, I decide to save my money and fold. I almost toss in 1 chip indicating a call, but I end up mucking my cards. My opponent says it was a good river for him and flashes the 9 of hearts, so you guys can kind of assume that he might have had a 2 pair or a set type of hand. Okay, off to the next one here. We're on the button with King Queen offsuit. Over $1,000 in my stack, a few limps over to me, and I make it $25 to go. We pick up a caller out of the blind, one of the limper calls as well, 3 ways in position to a flop, which comes 8-3 deuce with 2 diamonds. $82 in the middle, but no one seems too interested, so I fire out for $30, and both players fold. So picking up a little bit of dead money there, that's gonna help our stack go in the right direction, and I put the $10 straddle out in this next hand and look down at a beautiful King Queen of Diamonds. Under the gun makes it $30 to go now. A few callers over to me. I'm not just gonna toss in 20 more bucks. I'm gonna make it $175. The hope is we get 1 caller, go for a C-bet on a King, Queen, or Ace high board, and just take it down. What I don't expect to happen is the under the gun player with his uncapped range to 4-bet to $625. That should scare out the rest of the table, but absolutely not here at Morongo Casino. There's great action, and the opponent across the table now jams for $130. I have to get out of here. He obviously has a good pocket pair or Ace King suited or offsuit. I fold my cards, and let's just see what the flop would have been. Oh my gosh, Jack 10-8, all diamonds. We would have flopped essentially the nuts, and we just see a run out here, and the opponent turns over pocket aces with no diamond. We would have won that hand. We were smoked pre-flop, so I'm gonna pat myself on the back here and say I made a good fold, but what a terrible run out there. We would have scooped it all. Speaking of clarity, if you guys want to win the $5,600 I've already assembled together, plus whatever I win in the remaining episodes of this series, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe on all 12 videos. That's it. But if you want to up your chances, 2 of the 7 winners will be picked exclusively from people who have purchased items from my merch store, that's shopwolfgang.com, and an additional 2 people who have signed up for free on Club WPT Gold either now or in the past using code Wolfgang will be chosen as well. Just a reminder, the winners will be flown out to Houston, be put up at my favorite card room, Champions, and have a chance to battle on the felt versus myself and my content producer Lucas with the money I've made in this series. It's a complete free roll. It's my Christmas giveaway, and I want you guys to win it, so make sure you go and do all those steps. All right, the $10 straddle's out there, and there's a few limps over to me. I look down at ace jack off from the big blind and make it $60 to go. Only George puts in the call.
For the vlog?
And George was one of my favorite players of the night. He was just very friendly, always offering drinks, and wanted to be involved in pots to make the vlog. So shout out to you, George. You are one of a kind. He puts in the call here, and we're going off to a jack high flop, which is pretty great for me. And if it's great for me, I'm gonna put more money in the middle, and I fire out for $60. And George wants to make the vlog and calls again. The turn comes the 8 of hearts, and now he leads out for 135. I just fold my cards here. I think he's gonna have a much better hand than mine, and when he leads out into me, but I forgot to realize that George had queen 8 offsuit and apparently really wanted to make the vlog and didn't think he could hold on if I went for a bet, so he bet his hand himself. Kudos to you, George. Way to make the vlog in a big way. All right, pocket 10s now, $600 on my stack. It's not going great so far, but let's try to turn this one around. George limps for 5. I make it $25 to go, and we're gonna pick up a few callers going 4 ways to a 7 high board with $107 in the middle. Carlos now bets out for $25, and Carlos actually made the vlog in my Midland video at the Celebrity Card Club, so a reoccurring figure here. He bets out for $25. George calls because he doesn't know what the word fold means. I make it $85 to go here with my overpair. The logic is I want to target some flush draws, pair plus straight draws, and maybe a 7-8 or 7-5 type of hand. I make it $85 to go, setting my own price. I'm not going to let my opponents dictate the size of the pot here. And Carlos says I want to play for more. He makes it $300. That's obviously not great news. Now I'm eliminating some flush draws and straight draws and putting them on pocket 7s, pocket 6s, maybe 4-5 or 7-6. George Hollywoods for a while and then finds the fold like we knew he was going to do. Action's back over to me. I have 2 options. 1 is to fold, and 2 is to go all in. I'm not just going to call 300 bucks and leave myself with like another 200 behind, which is what Carlos had in his stack. So I decided to go all in here. We are not going to win if we fold, and there's still a chance he has some flush draws, even though I just said that I'm eliminating most of them.
They don't allow. They don't allow in this game.
Yes. 592.
Pocket 10s here could beat a 7, but not when the turn comes a 7. However, the river comes another 7. We now have a full house and a $1,300 pot. It's gonna be pretty hard for us to lose this one. And Carlos shows 5-4 offsuit.
That was nasty.
Oh my god.
That one, you gotta film. You gotta post that one.
I apologize, brother. That is... I'm giving all the money away, though. I'm giving all the money away. That is gross. That's called the vlog run good.
God, that's crazy.
That's nasty. That is gross. I apologize to everyone here at Morongo for that one. That is gross.
How gross is that? He flops the straight. I have an overpair, and I pretty much have to go runner, runner. I don't even have a club in my hand. I'd have to go 7-7 or 10-6, 10-7, 10-10. I mean, it's just really slim pickings there, but somehow the dealer pushes it my way. I apologize to Carlos. That was gross, but you know who I'm not apologizing to? You guys, because you are the beneficiaries of this win. Bang! You know what they say, if you can't take a beat, don't take a seat. Carlos was a good sport about that one, but I would be puking if I was him. Okay, queen 7 of spades now from the hijack. I make it $25 to go over a limp. We're gonna pick up 2 callers here, going 3 ways to a 9-8-6 board with 1 spade. I have the open-ended straight draw, backdoor spades, and an overcard. So when my opponent fires out for $60, I decide to put in the call. Carlos does as well. We're 3 ways to a turn, which pairs the board coming the 8 of clubs. I don't love this. The opponent continues to bet for 125, and I fold my cards. He ends up showing 9-7 of clubs, so he made a good fold there. He ended up turning the open-ended straight draw to go along with his straight and top pair. All right, this hand is super fun. I'm up $150 for you guys. I look down at 6-5 of hearts. It's approaching 3 in the morning. I kind of want to wrap this video up, but I need a few more hands, and this table is pretty juicy, so I want to get in there. There's a raise to $35, and I call with 6-5 of hearts. Seems pretty standard, but now Carlos jams for $275. Actions on George. He wants to make the video, and he puts in the call. I don't want to let him down here, but I also don't want to torch $240 of your money and book a loss on the session. But it's getting late. I still have another hour to drive home, and I still need one more good hand for this vlog. And so I decided to call here. This is definitely a punt. Would not recommend you guys taking notes on this one, but if you want to see some action and some very Rampage-esque play, I love you, Rampage, this is it. So we're going off to a flop here. 3 ways. We decided to check it down, and the board comes King Jack 8. Nothing for me until the turn gives me a pair of 6s, but I doubt that's good. A 5 of diamonds on the river. Santa Claus has given us another gift. I am just a river rat hitting a boat on that other hand, and now hitting 2 pair. I gotta be good here unless they have a flush or maybe a hand like King Jack. And sure enough, Carlos turns over pocket 10s. Pocket 10s, and George had Jack 7 of spades. Obviously, he's a very fun player, and we love him for that, but I cooler Carlos again, and now this time he just walks away from the table, and I don't blame him, man. 827 bucks should definitely have been his, but I'm a river rat today, and I am not complaining in the slightest. So I told you guys that was the last hand that I needed for the vlog, which means we are racking up our chips and heading over to the cage. I bought in for 1,000, cash out for 1651, so a profit of $651 here at Casino Morongo. Fun fact, I used to play here when I was under 21 and going to Pepperdine. I only had 2 options, that was Chumash and Morongo, and so this place holds a very special place in my heart. And we booked another win here. The total prize pool now is over 10,237 bucks, and we're only on day 3. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below on every video. Buy something from my merch store to be eligible for one of the 2 seats that I picked from there. That's shopwolfgang.com, and if you haven't made a free account yet on Club WPT Gold using code Wolfgang, make sure you do that as well. Good luck on the felt, you guys, and I'll see you as always tomorrow in the next Wolfmas video. Peace!